From a buzzcut-wearing kid in Stranger Things to a platinum blonde bombshell shutting down haters,
I'm not 11.
Millie Bobby Brown has transformed right before our eyes.
I had that experience as a girl, but I'd like to have that experience as a woman.
But how exactly did she change over the years? And why did her latest appearances spark a wave of backlash?
It really actually doesn't bother me.
Let's break it down. The 11 era. Millie first hit our screens as the mysterious, silent girl with telekinetic powers in Stranger Things.
I grew up with her. She's like a part of who I am. I love her strength and her vulnerability and how she's kind of grown into herself.
She was just 11, and yep, she shaved her head completely for the role.
You don't like it? You think I look like a tennis ball?
Pretty bold for a kid actress, right? Later, she even called it the most empowering moment of my whole life. And honestly, it wasn't just a haircut. It was a statement.
I really did not care. I didn't have anxiety. I wasn't sad when they shaved it off. I just thought, cool, like now this is what I'm doing.
Her parents were more freaked out than she was. And not everyone around her got the look either.
Where I was like, the boys started liking girls and I was kind of like, maybe why are boys not liking me? And then I was like, oh, I'm feeling like insecure now. So then I would put wigs on and I did get really, really like bullied like in public.
But does Millie regret it? Not one bit. In fact, she loved it so much, she'd do it again.
I still to this day like loved the experience and I would do it again. Like I always tell Jake, like for my first baby, I want to shave my hair off.
This period made Millie a global name, and that buzz cut became a symbol of her fearless start. Becoming Millie Bobby. Before the shaved head, Millie was just a kid with a big dream. Oh, and a little secret.
My middle name is Bonnie.
Yup, only this year, she revealed that her real name is actually Millie Bobby Brown. So why the switch?
But you just changed it to Bobby for
Shits and giggles.
for your stage name?
Classic Millie humor, no deep reason, it just sounded better. And while changing her name was no big deal, her early fashion choices, totally a team effort. Every outfit had to be approved by the chain of command, mom, agent, and especially dad. If Robert Brown didn't like it, she simply wasn't wearing it.
You know, I think when I turned 18, I kind of looked at them and was like, you're gonna still come with me, right? You know, I always needed a chaperone and I was like, I still need you.
At just 13, Millie was already rocking designer looks. She turned heads in a custom Calvin Klein gown at the 2017 Emmys, and that was the moment people started saying, whoa, this kid's got style. And as Millie grew older, so did her desire to express herself.
My design. I designed this dress with my bedazzled Converse from Etsy. Toss, 10.
By the time Stranger Things Season 3 premiered, she was embracing fashion as a form of identity.
I am growing up. Yeah, I'm definitely growing up and my fashion sense is becoming more, fitted to my body.
But with more spotlight came more opinions. And not all of them were kind. Headlines started questioning her outfits, her choices, even her maturity. But Millie didn't back down. She simply said, I want a dress for me, not for who people want me to be.
Yeah, I think it's just a reflection of where you are in your life, which I think is really cool.
As 11 evolved on screen, Millie was quietly coming into her own off-screen. Her voice got louder, not just in interviews, but in her fashion, her opinions, and her ambitions. For instance, she began choosing roles that gave her more control. The actress didn't just star in Enola Holmes, she actually produced it too. This was the beginning of the real Millie Bobby Brown, the young entrepreneur, and the girl who wasn't afraid to stand out. And if you're enjoying the story so far, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives, transformations, and pop culture breakdowns, right here. But Millie's story doesn't stop there. Let's keep going. The Bloom era, business, love, and all things animals. At just 15, Millie launched Florence by Mills, named after her late great-grandmother. Most teens are experimenting with lip gloss at that age. The actress was developing her own business. Millie quickly became one of the youngest beauty entrepreneurs in the game, and her beauty brand was inspired by her own experience with harsh makeup products on set. It is about self-expression without pressure, a love letter to young people trying to figure themselves out. Soon, the brand expanded into hair care, wellness, And even coffee. Yes, she opened Florence by Mills Coffee. But what really sets it apart? It's built with heart. Millie has long been vocal about her love for animals. So naturally, her products are cruelty-free and vegan-friendly.
It's becoming a part of my career, which I'm not mad at, but like it's definitely a conversation that you're gonna have to stop me. I'm using up people's time in interviews. They're like, you've got 3 minutes left, and it's like, boom, the majority of it's been Millie talking about her goat.
Maybe the most unexpected and most heartwarming part of Millie's transformation has been what she built away from the spotlight. A quiet, peaceful life on a farm in Georgia. It is home to more than 60 animals, including goats, cows, sheep, dogs, cats, rabbits, and even a pony.
Well, I have 10 personal dogs. Barbie, Marley, Max, Rigby, Dorothy, Winnie, Jimmy, Agnes, Cookie, and Juno. And then I have 23 foster dogs, 4 cats, 25 farm animals.
And they're not just pets. A lot of them are rescues Millie's taken in and given a second chance. She takes it so seriously that she's studying veterinary medicine at Purdue University, and even has her own ultrasound machine to check on the animal's health. If she's not on set or at a brand shoot, there's a good chance she's knee-deep in mud helping deliver a baby goat or cleaning out stalls.
I have babies sometimes, so what happens is I'm bottle feeding them.
That level of care also inspired her to create Joey's Friends, an animal rescue organization she runs from her own backyard, and she's not doing it alone. Her partner Jake Bon Jovi, yes, John Bon Jovi's son, is right there with her. Millie met her future husband through Instagram in 2021. What started with a follow and a few friendly DMs grew into a real connection. Their first in-person meeting turned into a whirlwind romance. And by 2022, they were walking red carpets together, looking like a modern-day fairy tale. Then, last year, they made it official with a private wedding, followed by a romantic celebration in Tuscany.
I have had, such a joy being able to be married for a year already. It's felt like 2 seconds. I feel like it's blinked and...
Jake has become more than just Millie's best friend. He's her rock. Whether she's slaying red carpets or clapping back at haters, he's always right there. The accent gate. Millie Bobby Brown has faced plenty of public opinions over the years. But one thing that's surprisingly stirred up drama? Her accent. If you've been following her career, you've probably noticed her switching between a British and American accent in interviews or on social media.
You know Jon Snow from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
He has that Northern English accent. He's like, Jon Snow.
It's something she's done naturally, given her background. Growing up in the UK, moving to Spain, later relocating to the United States. And honestly, it's part of what makes her Millie. But, of course, not everyone saw it that way. Some mocked it, saying it didn't quite fit the typical Hollywood vibe. On the Smartless podcast, Millie opened up about just how annoying that criticism has been.
That was such a huge thing for a minute. Like my whole, I actually call it the accent gate because it's like so frustrating because that was like everywhere. Like for a second, like everyone was talking about my accent.
People online started nitpicking her voice, wondering if she was faking it, changing it for fame, or just trying to sound American. But the truth? It's simply what happens when you're raised in a mix of cultures and spend most of your life playing American characters on set. Millie explained it best herself.
I come to set and I'm an actor and I adapt. And so I want to mimic people. I can't help that when I'm around my fiance or when I'm around people like Jimmy Fallon who have a very American accent, I want to replicate it. And now I'm in England, I want to replicate that.
While the accent stuff definitely caused some noise, it's not the biggest thing people are talking about these days. Too grown? Or just growing up? Millie's transformation at the premiere of The Electric State was more than just a change in appearance. It sparked a significant public conversation about aging, media scrutiny, and societal expectations. When she showed her platinum blonde hair, it instantly turned heads and had everyone talking.
The kids are calling you, referring to this era of you, Millie Bobby Blonde.
Yes.
The media's focus quickly shifted from her performance to her looks.
I didn't think people cared that much about my hair, and then I've realized it's been quite a topic of conversation.
But she totally knew she'd get people talking, if only for that reason. In interviews, Millie joked she was channeling all the major superstars from the 90s, and she wasn't kidding.
Are you channeling anyone with this look today, may I ask?
I don't know.
Because
what do you think? I'm channeling a little bit of you.
Me? Oh, Josie Grossi?
We're talking vintage slip dresses, sheer glam gowns, and a whole lot of Pamela Anderson energy.
These pants belong to Pamela Anderson.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. She gave me these pants for the press tour, and they fit, and I just couldn't really even believe that she gave them to me.
At one event, she literally looked like she'd walked straight out of a Spice Girls music video. Her outfits were bold nods to stars like Shania Twain, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I'm wearing their clothes. I mean, it was like, just try and embody what that felt like, the glamour of, and also I kind of was channeling like blonde bombshells of the 90s. I'm wearing Paris Hilton later on today. So like,
Really?
yeah, so I've been able to not only wear their clothes, but connect with them and to be able to talk to them.
Clearly, Millie was having fun with fashion, just like she does with her roles. But of course, the internet had opinions. Some critics slammed her for trying to look 40, while others jumped to harsh plastic surgery rumors. One tabloid even went as far as calling her entire look a mommy makeover.
Like, oh my God, she looks like 40. And I'm like, well, yeah, you did meet me when I was 10, so I'd understand. Now I'm 21. It's been 10 years. She grows. My face like grew. You know, I don't know what do you want me to do about that?
Suddenly, her playful red carpet appearances were being picked apart like a scandal. And Millie? She wasn't about to let that slide.
I kind of kept making excuses, like it's just not the right time or I shouldn't do it. People are going to respond badly. And then I kind of realized like I'm just keep making excuses because I'm afraid.
This time, instead of staying quiet like she had in the past, she clapped back, and she did it in the most unapologetic way.
It was a scary thing to do. I didn't know how people were going to react, so it's nice to see that reaction.
The actress posted a powerful response on Instagram, where she said,
I started in the industry when I was 10 years old. I grew up in front of the world, and for some reason, people can't seem to grow up with me. I refuse to apologize for growing up. I will not be shamed for how I look, how I dress, or how I present myself.
Millie criticized the obsessive focus on her appearance, stating, the fact that adult writers are spending their time dissecting my face, my body, my choices, it's disturbing. She wasn't just defending her look, she was standing up for her right to evolve and grow as a person. Millie concluded with a call for change.
Let's do better, not just for me, but for every young girl who deserves to grow up without the fear of being torn apart for simply existing.
It was a major moment where Millie made it clear she wouldn't apologize for embracing her maturity, her style, or any part of her evolution.
You know, it's not just for people in the industry, it's for young girls all over the world that feel like they're targeted or harassed at times for the way they look or the way they present themselves.
Her message resonated widely, garnering support from fans and celebrities alike. Sarah Jessica Parker commented, "Enormously proud of you." Sharon Stone added, "Beautifully said." And her colleague Chris Pratt wrote, "Glad to see you standing up for yourself. You look great. And more importantly, you have a beautiful heart."
I hope that together we're able to move forward and help, other generations after me never have to be subjected to that kind of scrutiny or criticism again.
And get this, some of the critics even reacted. Millie directly called out a Daily Mail article that claimed comedian Matt Lucas had taken a savage swipe at her. But that headline totally blew up. Matt ended up saying he was mortified and never meant it that way at all. "I would not have posted it if I had thought it would have upset you." Following the online criticism she faced, Brown delivered a heartfelt speech at the Power for Girls, Invest in Girls, Transform the World event.
We were actually able to turn, that into a positive way of helping to invest in girls' lives, to make sure they fulfill their education and have a prosperous life.
As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since 2018, she used the platform to passionately advocate for girls' rights and empowerment.
It was a beautiful event. It was so nice to see the UN filled with young girls. I looked out and I was like, wow, I hope this is our future.
Yeah.
Today, Millie Bobby Brown is in full command of her narrative. She's gone from breakout child star to producer, entrepreneur, advocate, and wife. And she's still rewriting the rules on every red carpet she steps onto.
many months of the year I was playing other people. And it's been hard for me to find myself. So I think being in hair and makeup, I want to try and be the most myself and give myself that like grace to have fun and to enjoy it.
But more than that, she's inspiring a generation to grow boldly, dream bigger, and never let others define them.
I'm in a place where like, yeah, like my accent does change. My face does grow. Like I do wear a lot of makeup. Like it's just the kind of person I like that. Like it's fun for me. And like, you're not going to tell me how to be a girl. Like you're not going to tell me how to be a woman. Like
her journey isn't just a glow up. It's a fight for autonomy, for the right to grow, stumble, change, and own every version of yourself. But what do you think? Is this just the start of Millie's ultimate glow up era? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment from your favorite stars.